racing right now. Well, good morning everyone. Today I am out trying to capture some wildlife video and photos of the coyotes and or bobcats that might be in the area. In my previous video, which one of my neighbors pointed out, thanks Bob, that there's two sets of tracks out here, one of which was probably a coyote and then the other looked more like a bobcat. It had a shorter stride. So I'm gonna put in some hours out here. I do have my trail cam set up no less than 8 feet away from me on a tree. And it's been set up and I haven't seen any videos on it. So I think this might be a little bit of a shot in the dark for just a one-day shoot. I assume that I'm gonna just stay out here multiple days and see if anything comes of it. Right now I'm set up downwind. I am looking upriver and I'm in this kind of overflow wetland area. About 75 feet away from me I can see where the water kind of drains into this wetland. It's all frozen over right now. And I'm just hoping to see if any piece of wildlife comes down the river, meandering its way, and I'll be here to intercept them, if you will. We're about an hour and a half in now. I've not heard anything, I've not seen anything, but the good thing is it's gonna warm up today. It's gonna be 36 degrees, I think, at the high. Nice and warm. There's a bobcat like about 200 yards out. Oh my God. Oh. Right now it's behind these wetland bushes. My heart is racing right now. Nothing new on the trail cam. I did suspect that. After the shoot the other day, I came to check the trail camera to see if it captured any of those moments with the bobcat, and there was not a single video on it, which tells me that the detection range was just way too short. So I actually set the setting of long range detection with this Browning Elite HP5, or Browning Elite Spec Ops HP5 trail camera, and it goes up to 80 feet. Now I tested that detection range with the motion test, and that's not very far. Essentially, this trail camera will capture anything that's walking down towards this tree, towards the location where we were set up the other day. So I'm really hoping that a deer, coyote, fox, another bobcat will strut itself down the wetland and kind of back into the wooded area in front of me here. So I'm gonna keep the trail camera set up at this location, but what I'm thinking for tomorrow is that there's another area about 300 yards the direction that way, and it overlooks the St. George River, and across the river there's a large field with a large clearing, and then off to the left-hand side of that spot we can also see through the wooded region along the river. So right now, let's go check that out. We're gonna be patient with the trail camera. I'm gonna keep it here for another week or so, and we'll check back in on this. So I spent the last day editing up the first portion of the video from day one of this vlog, and I did a little bit more research about bobcats in Maine. They're not typically found in the northern regions of the state, since the snow tends to be deeper up at the northern part, and kind of prohibits their access to food and to be able to hunt, things like that. So I'm really lucky to be able to capture that moment with the bobcat down here in the mid-coast of Maine, where the snow isn't as deep as it is in the northern area. What's also really nice about this time of year is bobcats are out looking for a mate, and February and March is the mating season for bobcats. So it'd be really cool to come across a pair of bobcats out here. I guess we got to keep our fingers crossed for that. That'd be a very, very lucky encounter. These tracks right in front of me here are the same tracks that looped around the tree where I was set up my photography blind the other day. It's a raccoon. It just kind of meanders its way all the way out into the woods. Raccoon certainly isn't the goal for this this photo shoot tomorrow morning, but I'd take it. Well, look at that. If the sun is an omen at all, it is telling me that this is the chosen spot. You can see that this forest is very densely wooded. It's difficult to be able to capture video and photo in this area, but what's nice about it is that this river does this really dramatic S-turn right at this location. So any wildlife that's coming at us from this direction is gonna be forced to come here and then shoot off to my right-hand side to continue back up the river. So I'm really hoping that playing into that might be a benefit for us. Now behind us is the open field where I'm hoping that with this warming temperature, the snow is beginning to melt off. The deer are hopefully going to be leaving their beds and out searching for more food and might breach into this open region. That's why this area is going to be so important tomorrow morning, is being able to see way further out and playing into that warming temperature. Lastly, as I'm looking around, I think I'm gonna wear the 3D camo suit tomorrow. Number one, it's gonna free me up with a little bit of weight in the morning, and then I don't have to come down here, get all set up, potentially make a lot of noise. And number two, if I do see some wildlife walking through the forest, I'll be able to move 30, 40 feet to my left and right and be able to track it. We've got a lot of down branches that are gonna be difficult to shoot since they're so low to the ground in a blind where you're sitting down lower. So that's number one. And number two, I'll be able to keep a better eye on this field. If a deer does breach that tree line and comes out into the field, I'll be able to track it a little bit better. What a difference a few hours makes. The warm weather that I was talking about yesterday created this thick fog this morning, and I was worried about the visibility, but as of right now, the
forest scene that I'm looking at, you can see clearly. And behind me, we're getting a very moody fog, misty look to the scene. That, man, I would just love if anything showed up to be able to capture it in a weather condition like this.
It's now 10:30 in the morning. I've been out here since 6:30. It's been fairly quiet. I did see that cool moment with the hairy woodpecker, and although it wasn't the target species of the morning, I didn't walk away empty-handed. I got really lucky that first morning, but it doesn't always go that way with wildlife photography. In just a moment, I'm going to show you a teaser of what's coming up next week with some Atlantic puffins and how you can capture video and photograph of Atlantic puffins here in the state of Maine. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Leave a comment, ask a question. I try to get back to everyone that I can, and if you've liked it, be sure to hit the like button. But for now, thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.
Coming up, I'll be sharing my photography trip to Machaya Seal Island located off the Maine coastline, a home to Atlantic puffins, razorbills, gannets, and more. So grab a drink, settle in, and I hope you enjoyed the upcoming vlog.